Good evening. Welcome to the regular board meeting of the School District of Springfield Township. It's Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. There was no executive session this evening. As it is November, it's the season of gratitude, and I just wanted to express my gratitude for being part of the Springfield Township community, the district community here at the schools, and for being a part of this board. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The mission of the School District of Springfield Township is to educate and develop all students as learners and citizens who are high-achieving, resilient, and responsible in a changing global community. Let's do a roll call, Ms. Green.
Dr. Aberly, Mrs. Bell, Mr. DeFranco,
Here.
Mrs. Hubley,
Here.
Mrs. Hughes, Mr. Jordan,
Here.
Dr. Taratusky,
Here.
Mr. Needleman,
Here.
Mr. Bedard.
Here. Just one formal announcement this evening. The board at its discretion may videotape all or any portion of public board meetings subject to the limitation set forth in policy 006 for meetings. Board meetings will be broadcast on Friday afternoon following each board meeting. We do have some departing school board members here with us this evening. We thanked them last time, so we're not going to belabor anymore, but I'm glad you guys are here, and I can't wait for your hearty input in your last meeting. And then we'll look to welcome our new board members in our next board meeting, which will be a reorganization meeting, where we'll have new committee assignments, and then we'll kick off the board year. With that, we'll just check in on Mr. Needleman's phone.
I was ready for the timers. Just put it in. Very sorry.
We'll get into our administrative report. I'll turn it over to Dr. Yannicka.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. Good evening, everyone. I'd like to begin my report by celebrating the hundreds of working professionals in our district in honor of American Education Week, a national recognition of the vital role public education plays in the development of our nation's citizens. The American Education Week has been a part of history since 1921, and today we thank all those who serve in public schools by taking a moment to consider the sacrifice, expertise, dedication, and hope in the future that they represent. Our staff are rightly praised for their contributions each day to making Spartan Pride a reality. Together, they join professionals nationwide who serve over 90% of children in the United States attending public schools. Their efforts form the foundation for our democracy, a truly awesome responsibility and privilege. Yesterday, on the first day of American Education Week, each of our district staff received the very same mug and stirring spoons that each of our board members, our solicitor, and our student representative are receiving this evening. I hope you will enjoy it and have a cup of something hot at a time that is appropriate for you to do so.
Thank you.
I'm also very grateful for the opportunity to celebrate our students. And last week, I was thrilled to join Mr. Bedard and Mr. Jordan at the annual Eastern Career and Technical School Dinner, where senior Carly Bunkin was recognized as the November Student of the Month. Carly is a culinary arts student, and upon graduation next June, she plans to attend a one-year program in Germany, where she will learn the culture and cuisine while living with a host family. Following her gap year, Carly plans to attend the Culinary Institute of America. It was a true pleasure to join Carly and her parents at the dinner, which was beautifully prepared by her fellow culinary arts students, among them additional members of the Springfield Township High School student body. On November 14th, students across the district remembered civil rights pioneer Ruby Bridges in a video created by the Voices of Excellence, which was shown in advance of walks held at Enfield and Erdenheim in partnership with the MPA and EEHSP. I was moved by the joy on the faces of our students as they proudly wore purple and carried signs sharing their commitment to being change makers in our community. And finally, I'm thrilled to share that we have received official notice that following the vote to pass a state budget, districts will begin to receive funding allocated for essential services and programs within the next few weeks. This includes both federal and state resources, which comprise nearly 20% of our district's annual budget. Ms. Green will provide a full report and update tomorrow morning at our Finance Committee meeting, which will also include the presentation of our annual audit report for 2024-2025. Under agenda items, I'll begin with Human Resources. In addition to the personnel agenda, we are pleased to welcome Dr. Marcy Hockfield to the Springfield Township Middle School team as interim assistant principal. Marcy began with us last week, and she has a wealth of experience as a school and district level administrator. Interviews for the next assistant principal have begun, and we hope to have a recommendation to the board in January. Under Academic Affairs, we have one motion for your consideration after reviewing and discussing the criteria for our support of vendor-led international trips for Springfield students. Language has been modified to further clarify the role the district plays in these trips. A follow-up policy meeting is scheduled in December to codify these changes, but we are requesting approval of the motion this month to ensure that our students and families have time to plan and budget for the trip. Under Finance, there are two items. The first is the annual opt-out resolution, which verifies to the community that the district will not request exceptions and will present a budget not greater than the Act 1 index, which is 3.5% for 2026-2027. The second motion is approval for the 2026-2027 Eastern Center budget. The district share for next year has been reduced by 5.1% based upon 3-year average enrollment data across the districts who are served by Eastern's programs. Our capital assessment share also decreased by approximately 3%. So the total financial commitment of the district for next year is approximately $856,000. Under Policy, you'll see the second and final readings of Policies 123 and 815.3. And finally, under Property, we are requesting approval of vape detection sensors in all middle school bathrooms as a component of the renovation project and as a deterrent to their use. Moving forward to Spartan Spotlight, each year, as you know, in the fall, we survey our students and families around school climate and safety through the administration of our Belonging Survey. Dr. Michelle Lutz, our Director of Support Services, is here tonight to share the results of our most recent survey, as well as some longitudinal trends. I'll turn things over to Dr. Lutz.
Dr. Yannicone. My name is Michelle Lutz. I'm the Director of Support Services for the district. Part of my work here in the district is to oversee the Equity Action Plan, and I'm very excited to be here with you tonight to share about our most recent Belonging Survey. Thank you. Hi. As you've heard Dr. Yannicone speak about, we have some shared values that has been at the forefront after our second equity audit and our second equity action plan. And so those are here. I want to specifically focus on student-centered because that's really where our survey and our belief in surveying students and their parents really comes from, is making sure that they're having an optimal experience here at school. And this really lends itself to one of the goals in our Equity Action Plan, which talks about expanded access and engagement of students, making sure that they can reach their full potential, both educationally and through those extracurricular programs, with the goal of looking at our belonging data that we have and that we share out to make sure that we're accounting for all subgroups of students. We've been giving this belonging survey now. This will be our 4th year of offering it. And so we're really digging down into the data to see what students have to say, disaggregating it, and looking at the trends. After some extensive feedback tours as part of the Equity Action Plan, we heard loud and clear from the student participants that they wanted a revised, shortened survey and that they only wanted to take it once a year. And that was really great feedback for us. Prior to this administration, we had been offering it 3 times a year. We were getting similar results with all 3 times that we administered it. So it was great to really pare down the questions and to make sure that students were giving it their all for the questions that we were asking. So this October, we administered this to students in grades 3 through 12. Just as a note, we do have a modified survey that is also available for students that they can take with their teachers that uses pictures so that the students can more readily access giving their feedback to us. And then those results are also input into our panorama system, which is what we use for other students who are taking the survey. So here's just a quick look at the questions that we ask of students. All of these are aligned with nationwide surveys that are given about student belonging. And more specifically, we use some of the questions that we learned through our partnership with MAEC, or the Mid-Atlantic Equity Consortium, to align those questions to make sure that we were asking students things about belonging that we could also tie back into other surveys that are administered across the country. You will notice our top 3 questions are those top 3 things that we report out every single year. Belonging, do you feel like a part of your school? Are there adults in school that you can trust? And do you feel safe at school? Okay. So there were 9 multiple choice questions and then an open-ended response as usual for students to share their feedback. And you can see, based on the fact that we let students know that they were only going to be participating in 1 survey for the year, we had some increased participation, especially at the high school. We're really proud of the fact that a lot of our students get out and take this survey and share what they think. So you can see 82% at Erdenheim, 86.4% of students at the middle school, and 73.4% of students at the high school took this survey this year and shared feedback with us. So in those 3 key categories that we always compare for every survey, we continue to show high results in the mid to upper 90s. You can see that students really do feel a sense of belonging. They feel like they have a trusted adult here at school that they can go to, and that they're safe at school. Okay. We're really proud of the results that we get, but we also know that we wanted to disaggregate some of the survey data. And so in these key categories, again, we looked at that breakdown across from various races who responded to the survey and dug into those a little bit more deeply. So here you can see our sense of belonging, trusted adult, and safe at school breakdown at Erdenheim. Again, we're looking at students at the most scoring 7 points below the overall survey. So we're proud of those results. We're still above nationwide sense of belonging survey data, but we also recognize that there's work for us to dig into to find out what we can do to help students feel like they do belong. Okay, or that they have access to a trusted adult or feel safe at school. Again, similar trends at the middle school. In some cases, you can see some groups felt even more of a sense of belonging than the overall. And so we're again proud of the work that the middle school has been doing to work with students and to create opportunities and pathways for students to get connected at school and find those people that they feel like they can relate to. And similar trends at the high school, with students overall feeling that sense of belonging and that they're safe at school and can find those adults that can help them. Okay. In addition, this year, we revised our family belonging survey to align more closely with the student belonging survey. If you've been with us for a while and you've heard us report out about this, there seemed to be a disconnect in the past with what parents reported versus what their students were reporting. So we dug into that and we really tried to look at how could we align the questions more carefully so that parents knew what we were asking and so that we could more closely collate those results between what families are reporting and what students are reporting. So what you'll notice is that these questions actually mirror what we're asking the students. Okay. And so again, the big 3 about children feeling like they're part of the school, that they have adults that they can access in school, and that they feel safe at school. One area that we know we'd like to grow is in our participation rates. All 4 schools get this survey. And if you have a child in 2 different schools, you actually get the survey at both of those schools. So you can fill it out based on your child at Enfield and also at the middle school if you're straddling some schools. Because we want to know, is it different at different levels where your child is participating in school? Okay. And so you can see we're hovering between the 18% and a high at Erdenheim of 29.3% in terms of participation. We would love to have more families make sure that they're completing this, because obviously family feedback is very important to us and helps us determine how we're aligning and supporting students in the schools. Overall, this year, we found that rates of positive thoughts about sense of belonging, trusted adult, and feeling safe at school were up. That was across all 3 of those categories and at all of our buildings. So we were really pleased with the survey results that we did receive. And one of the things that really helped with realigning the survey was the fact that you can see clearly from this chart from our first administration in 2023 to the current with people taking the survey, you can see that scores have consistently gone up for parents reporting out on these 3 categories. And also, when we look and compare that survey data with the students, you can see that it now more closely aligns with what students are reporting. And I think that's been twofold. It's been us sharing with the community, and also it's been students going home and sharing how they're feeling and having those talking points that they can share with their parents what they're being asked and what parents are reporting in their survey data. Okay. So our focus areas moving forward, all of these survey results are sent out to the buildings. Each building has a data team that they really dig into what they're seeing. They have conversations. I work with the buildings to go over some of their data and to look at those free responses that students are sharing out with them. And we know right now that there is a 4 to 7% point gap between overall survey results and those reported by some of our African American students, especially at Erdenheim in the high school. So we're really digging into that and trying to find out what students are feeling and why they're reporting a lower sense of belonging in those areas. And then we're also talking about different ways that we can increase family participation so that we can get more survey feedback. Just a couple points that we're really proud about. Our family feedback is definitely better aligned. We've gone on a speaking tour about that, so we're really happy to see that families are reporting those things out. We're really proud of the fact that all of our questions are now aligned. I think that there was some misalignment in the past about what we were asking and then what we were asking of families. And so this has really helped to bring it all together so that we can talk more openly about those results in our data meetings and really see where parents are feeling certain pressure points and what students are reporting. We had better participation with our modified surveys this year. We send that out not only to our principals, but also to our teachers so that they can help determine what students might need to access that modified survey. It's really important that all of our students have a voice in this, and that's just one way that we're able to get that out there. And then we're really working on disaggregating that data and being able to report out so that we can come up with action plans. So as I shared, our building teams are currently working through analyzing this data. We're going to continue to meet with our advisory and affinity groups to collect on the ground feedback. Even though we won't be administering this 3 times a year, it's still important that we hear from the students, and that's our direct connection. And they've always given us really great feedback. They're not shy about sharing what they want us to know. And we're very lucky, even though we had to put a pause last year with our work for the Mid-Atlantic Equity Consortium, we were able to meet with them. And so our work will continue continue this year, which is really exciting. We've been able to share the survey data with them, and so they're going to be digging in and providing us with additional resources. All of this information will be posted on our district's equity website. It will also come out in our Equitable Practices newsletter that'll be released in the November newsletter from Dr. Yannicone. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer questions.
Sorry, I gotta take a call too. Sorry about that. I want to go back to something you said in the beginning of your presentation about the reduction in the number of surveys. How should I think about that? Is that good? Is that bad? Is that different? Is that neither? How does that work?
Sure. So the students really shared with us that they felt like answering the same survey questions 3 times a year was a little redundant. And in fact, if you looked at our participation rates across the year, especially at the high school, they really did dip rather low. So our last spring survey from the high school, we only had about 50% participation from the high school. Despite that fact, we always seem to get around those mid-90s. Like if you look across the last, I think we've administered like 12 surveys total now to students, all of those percentage rates really aren't moving. We get in those mid to high 90s. So we decided to honor the student's request. We also only ever administered 1 survey to families. So it was nice to kind of package it together. We did get a little bit better participation rate this year compared to last year. I think we were between like 13 and 15% based on the various schools. So it was nice. Students were saying, I took this survey at school, and then families had the same survey in their inbox. So hopefully it jogged some parental memories to say, oh, I should take my survey as well.
So if there was sort of that idea that there's less to do, so it's more important.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Okay. Thank you.
Other questions?
Other questions from the board? I'll share a comment and question. One, it's very encouraging to see continued positive trend across those 3 key questions. And I think to give you my perspective on participation, like the more participation, you're going to get a better representative sample generally on, to
Yeah.
really get the pulse. So that's good to see. I think on the difference with the African-American respondents in particular, where we saw that 4 to 7% variance, has that changed over the last 3 years, positively or negatively? And related, how does that compare to the national results as well, since you had mentioned that our results relative to national are very strong?
We are very strong. If you look nationally, most survey results are between 48 to about 55% of sense of belonging. So we're well above that when we're
I
talking.
would say we're above the national
Yes,
average.
we are far above the national average when we're
Yeah.
talking mid 90s to upper 90s. I think it depends on the survey administration in terms of that dip between 4 to 7%. In certain instances where we've given the survey, we've seen closer to that 7%. And then other ones, if you saw at the middle school in this latest survey, African-American students reported above the overall survey. So I think it just depends on, lots of different things, what's happening in the schools, what's happening nationwide. But yes, we've seen fluctuation, but no real trend in terms of upwards or downwards movement.
Okay. And that will be addressed specifically in the building level action plans and feedback?
Correct. All the buildings have this data, they're looking through it, and then they're meeting with, student groups or, working with faculty to see what they can do to move that needle.
Great. Awesome. Well, equity remains a priority of the board and the district. So thank you for the work on this.
Thank you, Dr. Waltz. Thank you. I just have 2 quick additional slides that I wanted to go through. I want to give a big thank you to our Springfield Township commissioners. As you will recall, we had a SNAP benefits crisis a few weeks ago, and the township commissioners really sprung into action, and our community has been fabulous. They collected over $3,000 in gift cards that we were able to turn over to our social workers. They have already gotten those out to families in need. We had over 160 bags of food just here at the school. I know that they collected more than that and got some out to the community. And they had two really great pop-up locations. They were at the library, and then they were also over at the Orland Courts. So I want to thank everyone in our community that donated to that. That was a huge help to our families who were facing food insecurity. And since I have your time and attention, I also wanted to put in a plug. Every single year, our social workers put together gifts at holiday time for families in need. So if you are interested in giving, we are always willing to accept gift cards. It is the easiest way to get families what they need. Big stores, Walmart, Amazon, Target are preferred. We'll also take grocery stores. That's always in need. And you can reach out to any of our social workers, myself, or Dr. Yannicone. But thank you to everyone for sharing with the community.
Thank you again, Dr. Lutz, and I'll echo that praise for our township commissioners. They really stepped up and offered a fantastic opportunity for the community. And I also want to reiterate, while SNAP dollars are anticipated to be coming forward, we still have many families in need. The crisis is not really over. And so we encourage families who are looking for ways to make donations to their classmates and neighbors that you do use that holiday giving option. Or make a donation to your local food bank. Also a great way to support our community. Thank you. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any comments or questions from the board? All right, we have lots of updates and reports this evening. So first on the agenda, we'll invite our homeschool partners to report out. Do we have Ms. Dennis or Ms. Willis?
I'm Nicole Willis, co-president of EEHSP. Thank you for having us here tonight. As Dr. Yannicone mentioned, we recently had Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day, and EEHSP partnered with the principals at Enfield and Erdenheim and the Multicultural Parents Association to get the event ready and set up at the school. We also had help from the students of Voices of Excellence the night before to get everything set up and ready to go. And then we got our balloon arches and our carpets laid out the morning of, so that the students had a really impactful way to walk out of the schools and then back in. We're really excited about that one and looking forward to continuing that again next year. A few things that we recently were involved with. We continue to support our social workers at the school. With Erdenheim Picture Day, we help support about 18 students to get picture packages. And we're in the midst of our Pretzel Fridays fundraiser that is put on by the 5th grade committee. As part of that, students are able to sign up to get pretzels throughout the year on Fridays. And we help support about 56 students to get pretzels for the full year. We recently had our own general meeting on November 5th, and at that time we adopted in our revised bylaws, which we had updated. They were a few years out of date, and our executive board has also updated our standard operating procedures. Our Enfield school, we've partnered with Mrs. Klein, the art teacher, so the students have prepared artwork that has been sent home to the families, and all the families have a chance to order a keepsake with their students' artwork on it. That's one of our fundraisers that's going through December 4th. We also are continuing to support our teacher grants. We have money set aside for the staff to be used at Enfield and Erdenheim so that they can purchase items they may need for their classroom or help offset the cost of field trips or other educational activities. So teachers get the information of what money we are putting forth to them, and then they submit a request for reimbursement. We are in the midst of planning for our 2026 events as well. Some of those are Harlem Wizards. We put on a designer bag bingo, talent show, and our carnival. And I just wanted to circle back to also reiterate, I know Dr. Lutz shared the Holiday Kindness Campaign. One of the ways that you can donate, we do have a link set up through our website that goes directly to Spartan Kindness Campaign. So all the money that collected there gets distributed to the social workers at the schools. So thank you.
Great update. Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, appreciate it. Our next homeschool partners update is from, and I put my glasses down. Sorry, Ms. Balin or Ms. King?
Tag team here. Good evening. So on behalf of the secondary HSP, we have some updates to share. A community support initiative, the middle and high school families generously supported the recent community pop-up pantry under the leadership of our middle school social workers. We are developing plans to continue these efforts by providing ongoing access to hygiene items, clothing, and other essentials. Additional information will be shared in early 2026, so stay tuned for that. We had a 7th grade curriculum event at the middle school. The 7th grade team hosted a community building event connected to their study of The Outsiders. On October 31st, families were invited to join students for a morning screening of the film, and approximately 40 parents participated, which was a lot. It's great. Assisting with popcorn service and watching the movie alongside the students. The event was well received and strengthened our home and school connection, which we're always looking for. We are planning an upcoming school dance. The secondary HSP is collaborating with the middle school student council to plan the highly anticipated all-school dance themed neon night. The event will be held in the middle school gymnasium on Friday, January 9th from 5:30 to 7. Formal promotion will start around December 1st. Parent volunteers will support chaperoning, and the evening will feature a DJ, snack bar, and lots of fun for the students. And lastly, we have last week we celebrated World Kindness Day, which I think we do have a video for that. So we'll show that in a moment. The secondary HSP reached out to the middle school with an idea from a social media trend, highlighting something positive with candid videos around the school that was set up. Miss Nose and team quickly jumped in for the task. And they created wonderful videos shared with the middle school during morning announcements and in the upcoming newsletter. Thank you to the middle school team for the continued partnership and willingness to collaborate on that. And I have to say that was Kelly King's idea, so thank you for that.
I scrolled.
I don't know if we have the video or anything, if you want to. Okay. It's really cute.
I got a good grade on my science test.
I got Chick-fil-A for dinner last night.
Coming to the school.
Something good that happened to me was I got to be around family and hold 2 Grammys. I got 100 on my French test and I thought I would fail.
I got a good grade on my math test. I made the championships for my swim team. I made the A team for my club volleyball team.
I won my basketball game yesterday.
Got my grades up in science. I have straight A's. I found a cool book today.
I like the new principal.
We have our soccer pizza party today.
Today, I'm gonna go get dinner with my grandma and siblings.
I ate McDonald's yesterday. I'm grateful that I saw my friends today.
I met our new principal today.
A good thing that happened to me today was someone picked up my picker when I dropped it in the hole.
A good thing that happened was the Eagles won.
I got a good score on my math test.
Someone helped me out in math class today. I dropped my books in the hallway and someone helped me pick them up.
Good sleep last night.
I saw my friends today.
Someone complimented me. Someone opened the door for me.
So today I got a good grade in music class. My friend gave me her pencil.
So yesterday I was walking down the hall and I tripped and somebody picked up my pencils for me.
So cute.
It's a wonderful video. Thank you for sharing.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah. Any comments or questions from the board? Great participation from parents. I mean, you guys are doing something right. So
And more.
I'm sure everyone's looking forward to Neon Night, which I believe was the theme of my middle school dance as well. When neon was new. All right, next up, hoping for an update from our Multicultural Parents Association. Do we have Dr. Beal Taufik in the audience? Okay, wonderful. Ms. King.
Hey everyone, thanks. I'm Kelly King representing for the MPA today. MPA was excited to start off a new school year with the first meeting happening on October 15th. We were joined then by Sheena Rudd, a psychotherapist and professor from the University of Pennsylvania. We had an open and honest conversation about race during that meeting. It was really well attended and a really meaningful and moving discussion. We look forward to the next meeting for MPA on December 10th and hope all families will join. We had another successful Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day, as you've heard from past speakers. It was a wonderful event filled with a sense of community, and big thanks to the EHSP and the VOE and the administrators for partnering with us. It's truly a collaborative effort each year, and we hope to continue to bring this event to our community for years to come. Thank you all.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, the report we always look forward to the most, our student representative, Mr. Martinez Cortez.
Good evening, everyone. First I will start off infield. On October 28th, the second graders welcomed students from the high school, Spanish classes, and the World Language Club for a special visit. Together, they share activities that highlighted language learning and cross-grade collaboration, building connections across schools in the district. Last week, they celebrated Kindness Week. In addition to a Spirit Day, they encouraged students to practice empathy, gratitude, and compassion through daily themes, activities, and acts of kindness. November 11th was Veterans Day. They honored who have served the country and shared a presentation that concluded the staff and their relatives who are veterans. During Ruby Bridges Walk to School Day, the students learned about courage and fairness as they walked together in recognition of Ruby's historic steps toward equality and justice. They wore purple for Spirit Day and had family members join as them. The whole building did a walk to the school that morning. Every student was also allowed to sign the Change Makers poster that was hung high for all to see. The first graders enjoyed a hands-on learning experience at the Franklin Institute, where they explored exhibits on science and innovations, sparkling curiosity and excitement for discovery. Finally, during American Education Week, they're opening the doors to families, offering a glimpse into the joyful learning happening in the classroom each day. It's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate their dedication teachers and staff to strengthen the home and school partnership that supports the students' growth. Then in Ordenheim, on November 7th, Ordenheim staff and students were excited to celebrate and honor veterans at their annual Veterans Day program. Veteran families members of the students were invited for a breakfast, a short concert, a parade, and a question and answer session with students. They truly appreciate everyone who volunteered their time to join them for a special occasion, and they thank every veteran for their service. On Friday, November 14th, in the partnership with the EEHSP and the MPA, they held their second annual Ruby Bridge Walk to School Day. This special day commemorates the encouraging steps Ruby Bridges took and end segregation in schools. They want to thank the EEHSP and MMP for organizing this event. They said it was wonderful to see their students and families wearing purple as they walked around the campus together at the school community. This week, November 17th through November 22nd, they're celebrating American Education Week. This is a wonderful opportunity for the families to join their children in their classrooms for a brief visit during instruction. They want to thank all the families for the ongoing support and partnership, and they extend the appreciation to the amazing Ordenheim team for the hard work and dedication they put forth each day, and to assure a great learning experience for each student they serve. Finally, they look forward to welcoming families for fall conferences on Friday, November 21st, Monday, November 22nd, and Tuesday, November 25th. Special thanks to the families and the Ordenheim team for a great first trimester. Then in middle school, they had a hectic month. Students accomplished so much. First, they had a successful marking period 1. They did a lunch walk for the Ruby Bridges. Student council had their elections. They also had a Kindness Day video. And they're preparing for report card conferences. And then they're going to have a turkey bowl fun on Friday. And they're, again, super excited for the new main office and enters as of January 5th, 2026. Then in high school, they had a brief highlights first, the Student Pride and Excellence, November 25th for Eastern, Carly Buchan, and then two athletes, Lily Santi and Ryan Burnich, and for Activities Fair, Emma Crossman and Brian Martinez Cortez, and then for academics, 9th, Akam Quinn, academics 10th, Dulce Guerrero Morales, academics 11th, Jordana Galvin-Benice, and academics 12, Aaron Kufman, student of the month, Aaron Kufman. And then on Tuesday, November 18th, from 8 to 9 a.m. in the main lobby of Springfield Township High School, they honor all military veterans and first responders with a light breakfast. And that's my report. Thank you.
What an update. Thank you. Any comments or questions? And Brian, did I hear your name listed as a student of the month?
Yes, well, as the activities.
I feel like you tried to say that quickly. Congratulations. Well done. All right, moving on to academic affairs, we'll get a committee report update from Dr. Aberleaf.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. The School District Township Board of Directors Academic Affairs Committee met on Tuesday, November the 11th, 2025 at 5 p.m. over Zoom. The committee members present were myself, Dr. Aberleaf, Mrs. Bell, Mrs. Hubley, Dr. Taratosky, Dr. Yannick and Dr. Johnson. Student representatives were William May and Jordana Albanese. Additional panelists at the meeting were Dr. Mangano, Dr. Rittenhouse, Mrs. Brady, Mr. Washam, and Mrs. Musetti. Following welcoming introductions, the meeting was opened by Dr. Johnson, who thanks participants for their flexibility and confirmed the agenda topics covering the middle school redesign and the international travel program. There was a presentation on the middle school from Dr. Mangano and Mrs. Brady regarding 2026-2027 redesign of the school community interactions with the aim of emphasizing team-based learning communities, personalized pathways, and a new daily schedule focused on balance and student engagement. The key points presented were each grade will be having 2 teams covering math, ELA, science, social studies, and special education, serving approximately 100 students. The focus will be on collaboration, student belonging, and teacher communication. Core classes will comprise 67 minutes daily with one 67-minute special per day, which rotates quarterly. The win or what I need period plus lunch block will be 67 minutes for enrichment and intervention. There'll be a lot more clarity on all of these points coming forth in spring 2026 when there will be some parent information sessions that are being planned. However, initial feedback from the committee was supportive and there was some requests for some visual comparisons of the old versus new schedules. I think the committee agreed that the new schedule process has a lot more clarity around it with a lot less switching around between the different specials and core classes throughout the cycles of weeks and days. So the committee approved the plan to proceed with implementation. The next part. So the next part of the agenda was around the international travel. So I'm just having trouble scrolling. There was a presentation on international travel with Dr. Johnson, Dr. Yannico, Mr. Washam, Mrs. Musetti, and Dr. Rittenhouse. Here they clarified the district's role in staff-facilitated international travel and proposed policy updates. Programmatic options for future international travel experiences were discussed. Firstly, the history and background of international trips was presented, with trips being organised by Springfield Township School District staff through vendors such as EF Tours and Passports into Educational Travel. Other topics discussed the purpose of the trips, being organised with educational objectives, including cultural immersion and experiential learning. Vendor selection around the two vendors discussed, EF Tours and Passports Educational Travel, were based on factors like cost, trip duration, communication ease, past experience, and colleague recommendation. Recently, the school districts has used the 2 main vendors, EF Tours most frequently, and Passports Educational Travel more recently. The role of the school district was discussed and it was clarified that all payments are handled directly by vendors. Teachers do not collect and handle funds. The district follows a district adjacent model, informational support, but no sponsorship of the actual travel program. I'm having trouble scrolling on it. The following policy clarifications were proposed. So communications to explicitly state trips are not district sponsored. Only currently enrolled students may participate. School district graduates will be excluded from future trips. Chaperone ratio to be maintained at a 1:6 ratio with one vendor tour director per group. The committee feedback, as discussed at the meeting, emphasised that transparency, safety and clear communication of vendor policies was important. Student representatives gave their feedback and noted that most students perceive the trips as school sponsored. So as such, policy 121 will be revised to clarify district boundaries and responsibilities. The outcome of the committee was endorsing the continuation of the district adjacent model and referred the policy revisions to the policy committee. And you'll see there's an item already proposed by Dr. Yannicone on the agenda for this evening, a motion coming up shortly. There was no public comment. And the future meeting date for the next Academic Affairs Committee is a tentative January 14th, 2026 from 4 till 5 p.m. And just to close out the meeting, Dr. Johnson thanked the presenters, the board members, and especially Dr. Taratosky and Mrs. Hubley for their service. And the meeting was adjourned at 6:22.
Excellent. Thank you. Comments or questions? All right. Our final committee report will be property from Mr. DeFranco.
Thank you. This is a brief summary of the Property Committee meeting held Wednesday, October 22nd, 2025, 8 a.m. via Zoom. Board members in attendance, we had Dr. Taratosky, Ms. Bell, Mr. Needleman, myself, and I believe I saw Mr. Bedard there. We were in my screen capture of the attendees. From the administration, Dr. Yannicone, Ms. Green, Mr. Watley, Mr. Bray, Mr. Chinta, Mr. Lutz, and Mr. Coleman. And then presenting on behalf of CHA, Mr. Grice. Ms. Green kicked off the meeting by introducing our new student rep, Emma McGrath. First up was the automated stop arm enforcement discussion. Mr. Bray provided an overview of automated stop arm camera systems designed to improve enforcement of the school bus stopping law. The technology captures vehicles that illegally pass stopped school buses, and local law enforcement would review each incident before issuing citations. The system would not be intended as a revenue source. The administration is currently conducting due diligence with multiple vendors as part of the evaluating feasibility for the 2026-2027 school year. Next, AI camera and panic button systems. Dr. Yannicone, along with Mr. Chinta and Mr. Lutz, updated the committee on emergency alerting technologies. After reviewing wearable panic button badges, the recommendation is to continue using the district's existing Alerta system and pursue enhancements through the current phone system due to concerns with relying on alternative individual wearable devices. The committee also reviewed the Zero Eyes AI firearm detection platform, which integrates with the district's existing cameras and provides human-verified alerts to administrators in 911. Several Montgomery County districts are already using this system. While not budgeted for the current year, the recommendation is to consider it as a potential addition to the 2026-2027 budget. We had an operations update next from Mr. Watley. He reported that HVAC filters were replaced prior to the school with regular 90-day replacements scheduled throughout the year. Roadway markings are complete, as is classroom painting in the high school lower house, and weekly cleaning check-ins continue to generate positive feedback. Year one of the operations plan items are on track as well. Next was the middle school additions and renovations update. Mr. Grice provided an overview of the project status. Key updates include Phase 1C remains on schedule, with new main entrance expected to be completed by the end of this year. The auditorium work is underway with anticipated completion of August 2026. Recent progress photos were reviewed, including the new fitness area and Phase 1B spaces such as the main hall, ADA ramp, and the low incidence apartment. Coordination continues with PICO on the parking lot utility conduit repair, which must be completed when students are off campus. Site security remains a focus. Fencing and gates are being monitored more diligently, especially at arrival and dismissal. The geothermal portion of the project has encountered unexpected subsurface conditions. Drilling has required more casing than anticipated based on the test wells. This is due to variable subsurface materials. These challenges will increase costs. However, allowances built into the project currently remain within budget. We had one public comment received regarding construction site safety around the middle school. And our next property committee meeting will be held on Wednesday, December 17th at 8 a.m. It'll be held virtually. If you would like any more information about the meeting, I encourage you to watch the video online. Thank you.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All right, great updates, everybody, all around. We'll move to public comment on agenda items. I'll turn it over to Mr. Needham.
Thank you, Mr. Bedard. At this time, we'll take public comment on agenda items. Don't see that anyone who is joining us in person has signed up to speak. I do know that some folks joined us a little bit after the meeting started. So if anybody does want to speak on an agenda, boy, it's easy for me to say, on an agenda item, please let us know. I'm checking online as well for the folks who are joining us online. If you do want to speak on an agenda item, just raise a digital hand. I'll note as well that we do have a 3-minute time limit. And if you do want to speak, I'll just ask that you identify where you live in the township and we'll go from there. I am speaking very slowly to buy a little time. I don't see that anyone wants to speak on an agenda item, so I think we can move on.
Wonderful. All right, into the business activities of this meeting. We will first approve our prior minutes. The first recommended action this evening, the Board of School Directors approves the board minutes from the October 21st, 2025 regular board meeting of the school directors. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Next is our approval of treasurer's report. The recommended action this evening, the Board of School Directors approves the October 2025 treasurer's report included in the attachment. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? We're good on the report. Moving into human resources. First up, the personnel file. Recommended action this evening. The Board of School Directors approves the following personnel as presented in the attachment: professional personnel, support personnel, temporary personnel, extra pay for extra responsibilities for 2025-26, and conference workshop attendance. Is there a motion? Double motion and a second.
Second.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? All right, personnel file is good. Second recommended action is on explorations for a Springfield Township Middle School Assistant Principal Substitute. The Board of School Directors approve the staffing services agreement with Explorations to provide the School District of Springfield Township with an Assistant Principal Substitute, Marcy Hockfield, for School District of Springfield Township Middle School beginning November 6, 2025 at a per diem rate of $660 per the agreement. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? I just have one question. The date of this engagement started November 6th. It's November 18th.
It's correct.
So that's just to cover the start date that had already begun?
That's correct.
Okay. Very good. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? All right, we're good to go. Next item under human resources is the updates to international field trip. That was reviewed in the policy, no, excuse me, the academic affair.
I apologize. That should sit under academic affairs, not under resources. We'll drop it down one slide.
All right, a correction for the record. The School international field trip is moving to academic affairs, not a human resource issue.
Move it this second. There you go. It's a-
Category H, academic affairs. All right, the recommended action after the deliberation of the Academic Affairs Committee is the Board of School Directors, upon the recommendation from Academic Affairs, approves the sharing of information regarding a proposed optional international learning opportunity to Portugal and Spain for high school students, tentatively scheduled for June 22nd to July 2nd, 2027. This is not a school district of Springfield Township sponsored event. Participation is voluntary and coordinated independently of the district. This approval will permit designated group leaders to distribute information, post flyers, and hold informational sessions for students and families in order to educate them about the trip's purpose, logistics, and associated costs prior to any decision to participate. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? All right, that will pass. On to finance. The first item here is the accelerated budget opt-out resolution. Recommended action from the board. The Board of School Directors approves the accelerated budget opt-out resolution certifying the tax rate with the inflation index of 3.5% for the 2026-2027 fiscal year. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions? I want to make a comment because with respect, feel that the language here is a little bit confusing. So I just want to make sure that the concept is very clear. The opt-out resolution essentially sends notice to the state of Pennsylvania that our school district will not be requesting of our taxpayers any tax increase that would be above the inflation index that the state of Pennsylvania has published.
That's correct.
Very good. And that is consistent with what the board has guided the administration is to ensure that we stay below the Act 1 index.
At or below.
At or below. That is correct. Okay, any other comments or questions?
I was just going to clarify as well that this does not in any sense compel you to tax to that index, that you're able to be below that as well.
At or below, and that's an excellent clarification. And in no way, shape, or form have we approved any budget for the 2026-2027 school year. This is just kicking off the process.
I'm just going to add that we're usually below. Historically.
We take direction from the board.
That was an excellent comment. Thank you. Any other comments or questions? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Any abstentions? All right, opt-out resolution is good. Item 2, the 2026-2027 Eastern Center budget. Recommended action here. The Board of School Directors approves the resolution for the adoption of the 2026-2027 operating budget for the Eastern Center for Arts and Technology in the amount of $13,344,054. Nope. Let me read that again. $13,344,054 and a capital assessment of $1 million, of which Springfield Township School District's portion of the secondary contribution is $756,578. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on the Eastern Center budget? I just want to clarify because I just said we're not approving the 26-27 school year budget for the school district of Springfield Township. We are in fact approving our contribution to Eastern Technology and Center for the Arts. They are on an earlier time schedule because of course we need the inputs from Eastern in order to build each of our district budgets that contribute to Eastern as a resource for the district. All right, just want to make sure everyone was clear. Good. Any other comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Okay, the Eastern Center budget is good from Springfield Township. On to policy. We have second readings for adoption. Recommended action here is the Board of School Directors approves the second reading of the following policies. Policy 123, interscholastic athletics, and policy 815.3, text messaging privacy. And this is a new policy. Is there a motion? Thank you. In a second. Any comments or questions on the new policies? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Okay, policies are good to go. Under property, we have just one item. Recommended action this evening. The Board of School Directors approves the proposal with CM3 Building Solutions to provide and install vape detectors and sensors as a part of the Springfield Township Middle School renovation and additions project in the amount of $66,480 under the CoStar's contract number 040E23197. Is there a motion? Double motion and a second. Good. Any comments or questions?
I have a question. How do these detectors work? Are they like alarms, or do they connect to like somebody telling somebody that there's vaping going on?
They are individual units that will be in each individual stall. They are an alarm, and they will alert
Audible.
administration.
An audible alarm, or
There will be an audible and a reporting mechanism, as I understand it. They are highly sensitive and far more effective than previous models.
Okay.
So we're hoping that it will be a strong deterrent.
lovely, thank you.
I just wanted to ask, I know there was a lot of research put into this, but it is common in other school districts to have this technology installed.
It is increasingly common to have this particular kind of technology installed. I will share if you like. We had a recent plumbing issue at the high school. And the source of the plumbing issue was vapes flushed down the toilets,
Yeah, that's not.
clogging the system and costing us a significant amount of money. So in addition to the health of the students using the vapes, they're causing problems in our restrooms. So we're going to get around the problem.
Good.
Can I, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. Is there a plan to install these in the high school also?
We'd like to install them in the high school. The devices that are not in individual stalls are less effective than those that are in the new restroom design that we have at the middle school. So we're looking at options. Mr. Chinta has been looking at options with various vendors to see if we can get a higher quality detection system, because the ones we've piloted at the high school are not up to the standard we'd like to bring to the board for purchase. Yeah.
Dr. Yannicon, can you talk about the new devices that will be installed? Do they have any impact on the privacy of the students who are using the stall? I just want to get that out for members of the public who maybe listen.
Sure. There's no impact on privacy. There'll be in individual stalls. There's no camera associated with it. It's strictly a sensor.
Other comments or questions? Okay, on the installation of vape detectors, do we have, we already have motions? We had a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say nay. And any abstentions? Okay, with that, we'll turn it to public comment on non-agenda items. Back to Mr. Needleman.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Bedard. At this time, we'll take public comment on non-agenda items. I don't see that anyone has signed up to speak in person, but I do know that some folks joined us a little bit late. So if you do want to speak, please raise a hand and let us know, and we'll get you accommodated. Do I see? Oh, I do see a couple hands back there. Three. Okay. I think I saw a hand. Mrs. Willis? Mrs. Willis? I've Fallon, I'm so sorry. I knew I was gonna get the name wrong. I'm so sorry. If you would too, just let us know where you live in the township, and we do have a 3-minute time limit.
Yeah.
So I'll start as soon as you
Okay.
let us know where you live.
So, hi, my name's Marjorie Ballin. Hi again. I'm on Marshall Road in Winmore. And I just wanted to take a moment tonight to speak about the middle school drama program. My son Asher is now in his 2nd year, and the growth I've seen in him has been remarkable. His confidence has truly flourished. All summer long, he talked about what shows might be announced in the fall and even asked to take voice lessons to improve his singing. Asher is incredibly proud of earning his junior thespian certification, and he's even begun talking about a future career in theater arts, possibly as a director. The friendships he's made through Drama Club have had such a positive impact on him. The older cast and crew members truly mentor the younger students, offering tips, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. The bonding that happens during Drama Club fun nights, cast breakfasts, post-show celebrations, the Drama Club banquet, and the thespian conferences has been invaluable. I share all of this because I truly believe the cast and crew directors, booster parents, and Drama Club students have built something special, something rare in this unique and exceptional theater program. It's not just an extracurricular activity, it is a home. It is where our children discover their voices, their talents, and their confidence. As life changes and Mr. Mead's time with us comes to an end, I want to express to the board that parents and students very much want to keep the Drama Club's extraordinary opportunities intact. I know that I, along with Drama Club families, are ready to support in any way needed to ensure these experiences continue for all of our children. We see the talent among both cast and crew and want to ensure that opportunities both on and off the stage remain strong. Our children deserve this for this legacy to continue, and we want to be a part of ensuring that it does. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And the next hand I saw was there was a young lady with a blue t-shirt in the back. Please come on up and let us know who you are and where you live.
My name is Aubrey Murphy, and I live on Spruce Road in the Flowertown Gardens. I am a freshman at the high school, and I've been involved in the middle school drama club since I was in 5th grade, and I did my first show, Matilda Jr. I instantly fell in love with the art, and as I progressed through middle school, it became my second home. My closest friends I met at drama club, and I made so many connections. So when I heard that majority of the things that make drama club the drama club are being taken away, it made me feel really upset and confused. Friday fun nights happen about halfway through rehearsals till opening night, and they're a night of reward, a night to chill, and to watch the movie about the show that we're about to be doing. Why are these things being taken away? I remember when I played Rosie not even 6 months ago in Bye Bye Birdie, and we had our Friday fun night where we would be watching the movie. I focused on my character, how she acted, her tone, what made Rosie Rosie, her characterization. That's what everyone does when they watch these movies at the Friday Fun Nights. Focus on how to make their role better. We have the lines down, the blocking down, and now it's time to move on to the characterization. The banquet, the final ceremony that concludes the year, is a time where the 8th graders are able to make their final speeches, talking about the middle school experience and how much we've grown, a time where new inductees are welcomed, officers are announced, and the graduating class celebrates all they've done. So why take that away? Why take any of it away? That's the question everyone has been asking. What we have is what makes us shine. When we went to conference earlier this year, my castmates got rewards for their work, and many people were shocked we belonged to a middle school. We got invited to Bucks County Playhouse where more people got rewards. Some of the things that help make our shows as good as they are being taken away. Why weren't we given more of a warning? This was just put on us and we're supposed to accept it. Being a student who adores this program and everyone in it, I'm upset about the decision to take it away, as many aspects of it are being taken away, especially because of the number of students that are involved in this program per year. Isn't that the main thing? Shouldn't that be what matters? Thank you.
And the gentleman looking at you, sir, I believe you had your hand raised. If you would, please just let us know who you are and where you live in the township.
All right. My name is Alan Meads. I live in Orland, Hello, my name is Alan Meads. I am the director of Springfield Township Middle School Drama Association and Junior Thespian Troupe 88027. I'm a proud alumnus of this district and this very same program. For 16 years, I've had the honor of serving as drama director, helping to build a program that has earned multiple awards and remains the most student-involved activity in our district. Every year, 70 to 80, even 120 students participate, and many of you have seen firsthand the impact this program has, not just here, but across Pennsylvania. Our students are recognized at competitions and festivals, and the leadership and confidence they gain on our stage are unmistakable. Despite these accomplishments and my deep commitment, I have made a difficult decision to resign. This program, founded by my mentor 30 years ago and continued through my work, has always been rooted in creativity, growth, and integrity. It truly changed my life when I was a student, but this past year, the creative direction has been limited and controlled in ways that prevent our students from reaching their potential. The year has been filled with stress, confusion, and unnecessary obstacles that make it impossible to serve our students in the way they deserve. We are told the administration supports us, yet our very own superintendent have not attended a middle school drama production since becoming superintendent. They attend the high school every year, but not ours. Our students notice and they deserve better. I love what I do, and watching students discover their voice has been one of the greatest privileges of my life. I had intended to finish the year, but after losing my only parent, my mother, in September, I was repeatedly called, emailed, and pressured for meetings without a single expression of sympathy or basic compassion. When I brought this up in a meeting and how I felt about this, I was told, "Are you done yet?" My grief was dismissed as an excuse. No grace was extended to me or this program. That was the final factor, my decision. The administration has also assured parents and me that playbills, costume sets, and backdrops will be covered. However, they are not to the level that we all deserve. We were told those are extras and unnecessary for a production. We have faced shifting rules and new limitations just as recent as today. These were never communicated. Meetings have been held with students, but not with their parents. We are told to align with the high school, even though our program serves a different age group with different needs. The program at the high school is an amazing program.
So sorry to interrupt. 1 minute left.
Okay, thank you. We were told that ticket money cannot be used for inductions, despite the fact that one of our superintendent's own child was in the program. Those funds were used without issue. All we ask is for equitable treatment for every student. Tickets will no longer support the drama program, but go into a pot. We have been told that there's a specific policy. I respectfully ask that the board clarify what board policy states that money from drama must go to a fund and not back to the program. Although I'm stepping down, my hope is that the program continues to receive the support it deserves. This has always been about backdrops. It has always been about the students. When the curtain goes up, they should feel proud, capable, extraordinary. Middle schoolers deserve more than good enough. They deserve a program that believes in the potential and not the ticket dollars they can keep. I asked at this meeting that a meeting will be held in person with the middle school administration at a reasonable time with parents for them to understand transparency and conversation. Thank you for your time.
Does anyone else wish to speak? Oh, I see a hand raised. Please come on up, sir. If you would, please let us know who you are and where you live.
And I started my Springfield journey in the 6th grade. And with it, I started my drama journey, which was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Not because it was something new. It was making me new. It was something I've never tried before. And that changed my life for the better. With all the drama program that it has brought to me. What I'm trying to say, I'm sorry, I should have came a little more prepared, but it's just the raw emotion that comes from drama, and it's just the sadness of seeing it leave. From the first opportunity that I ever got in the shows, it's sad to see something like that depart, where I see a little 6th grader now try to become something. And with these limitations everyone is adding about less show progress, less money for casts, less money for projects. It's almost like you're revoking the privilege for kids to try and figure out who they are, why they're even trying to be someone. It's representing a new spark in their life. Because I was empty before I tried drama. I did not know where I was going with my life till I found all these friends. Mr. Meads just worked as a guardian for me, where every hour I was there, it wasn't an hour I regretted. And to see this program just slowly fade away is sad to me, because it feels that if this program fades away, then the rest of the children's future will fade away. Because without options to express yourself, kids can't express themselves. That's all I have.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who's here who wishes to make a comment? All right, I don't see any hands raised. Anyone who is joining us online who wishes to say something, please raise a digital hand. I'm going to speak very slowly again to give a little bit of time, and I don't see that any hands are raised, so I think we can move on.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for the comments. It's very helpful to hear the varied perspectives from the community. A couple of announcements for upcoming meetings. We have a reorganization meeting on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. This will be hybrid and will precede the regular board meeting, which will take place just following, also on Tuesday, December 2nd. It says 7 p.m., but I'm going to assume it's going to be like 7:05 to 7:10 because it'll take us a couple minutes to get through the reorganization. Those will be hybrid, but of course we're here in person at the high school library and would encourage anyone to attend. We have some committee meeting dates coming up, including tomorrow. There's a finance committee meeting November 19th, 2025 at 8 a.m. That is a virtual meeting to make it a little bit easier for the early risers. We have policy committee meeting coming up on Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. That's at 5 p.m. and will be, again, virtual. And a property committee meeting coming up on Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. It is also for the early birds at 8 a.m. That is a virtual meeting only. All of the committee meeting details can be found on the district website. I now want to open up to board members for any closing comments or questions. Good. Dr. Yannicone, any comments or questions to close the meeting?
Sure. I just want to thank our students for coming to speak. I know it's a long night and this was a long meeting, and I appreciate your involvement in this political process. I also want to encourage you to continue to reach out to your building administrators, Dr. Mangano and Mrs. Brady, when you have questions or concerns about any school program and any questions about opportunities that are in front of you. I also want to make sure you know, and I'll share this publicly, we have already held interviews and selected the next director of the middle school theater program, and we are in the process of checking references, and we will be bringing that name forward at the December 2nd meeting. So we have every intention as a district of continuing a strong middle school theater program. And I know that many of you as students, whether present or past, as our 9th grader who spoke, want to be involved in making sure that that program continues to be strong and supportive of all of our students. And that is our intention as well. So thank you again for coming. And please, if you have questions or concerns, or your parents do, I urge you to reach out to your building principal. Okay? Thank you again for being here.
I just want to add to that. One of the things I love about living in this country is that when we're passionate about something, you can actually get things done. And I think when I see the passion of these students about middle school drama, which is also a part of my household and continues in the high school drama, when you have that level of passion, there's the students themselves are going to be helping create the next chapter of how great the middle school drama program can be. So looking forward to that. All right, with that, we will adjourn. Everyone have a great evening, and we're done for today.